So I was told to bring that up, and kind of some people are wondering who's listening, and most people would have a reaction to a story like that or a statement about stuff like that, you know, or if they're part of the group who can do it, you know, they would want to hide. So the idea is like, can people, you know, if people can do that, create the invisible hugs or love or whatever, and super yummy, you know, energy in the air, mojo, can they also hear at a higher level, like above the matrix, above the normal telephone lines, if they were tapped into your world personally? Like, you would have to have just as many people listening as people who can't hear other than using a telephone to call their mom or dad. So it's like, I don't know how you wind up with people who can hear, other than them being assigned to you or your family, or I don't know how that works, you know. So anyway. Right. So alright, I'm headed west here on Spruce. I don't know if it's still De La Cita or whatever it was. They have new awnings, and I haven't checked the menu. I guess I'll check the menu and find out. So they have this new decor, the orange awnings and then the pink floral. So I'll look at the menu and check. And the lights. Let me see. So it is, what's it called? I still can't tell. Dinner menu. Famigua La Fontana. It's still La Fontana, De La Cita, right? Okay, so it's still the same, La Fontana, De La Cita. It's just, it doesn't show on the awnings. You have to look on the menu, and even still, you kind of have to look down at the bottom of the menu to notice it. So anyway, that's that. So we had a nice walk around there. And for CCTV or PHL, Center City TV, Serpico Dreams, SD, PHL TV, please like, share, and subscribe. I'll put up a bunch more of videos, and I'll just keep circulating videos. It's a quiet Sunday night. It's chilly and cool. Next week is Super Bowl Sunday. My voice sounds a little different today, so I'm trying to fix it, but it's not always easy to do. So sometimes we can sound like people who are on the airwaves. So, and it's like, today I sound like Roseanne Barr, you know. So you'd have to be in Boston, and then everybody sounds the same in Boston, you know what I mean? So they tried to put it in there, but it could be worse, you know. It could be South Philly accent or Northeast Philly accent, you know. So but that's the way it is. So on this way.
White or red?
So we'll head this way. Right, and just imagine next week this time people will be all like super bowled out, you know, buying food for the house, you know, getting parties ready, having casseroles, you know, tons of tomato pie for the Super Bowl. You can get a giant for like $11.99. I forget the name of it, Moritata. I forget the name of the bakery that provides it, but very good tomato pie. And two of their tomato pies, or I guess at least one of them, is really huge, and it, with the cheese, it has like the design of the Eagles logo, like the bird, you know, the side of the eagle head or whatever. So you get that at Giant. Down on Washington Avenue at that Giant, it's past produce off to the left when you first go in, all the way over by, I guess it's I don't know if it's the bakery or not, but you just keep going to the left. When you go in, you'll eventually see it in front of a counter there. I don't know if it's near deli. Anyway, it's near someone working behind like a case. If you find it in South Square, it's in one of two places. It's either, you know, on the other side of produce, just off to the left near the hummus, like on the opposite side of hummus, or I've also seen it up by the registers before you check out. So so you could find it in either place. They have $5 tomato pie. They have like $5, $8, and $11.99. The $11.99 is the big, huge pie with the eagles, like the profile of the eagles. Did they break down the tower? Is the tower abbreviated? On the Claridge, there's a tower that usually goes up to a point. It looks like it's half the size. They put like a black mesh netting on it, and I noticed the netting a while ago, and it looks like it's on the northeast side at least, if not all the way around. But I feel like they cut off the top of the radio tower at the Claridge. So is that good or bad? It could be good if it contributes to harassment. It's hard to explain. People are actually, you know, recipients of a lot of words, behaviors, and stuff like that. It's hard to explain that a radio tower could actually play a role in your demise and or your misery, your going insane. And there's a store, it's now called Reformation. I forget what it was called before. I have to look at old videos. But it was aptly named for the radio tower. But it looks like they cut off the there's something missing, like it's shorter. So it could be a good thing. So I'll look from my window. From my window you can see it and I'll know that it's like shorter, but I'm pretty certain it's been truncated. So loving it. We'll see. Verve coffee. Verve. Oh, it used to be Pete's Coffee.
There was
like Pete Monzingo. I think they used to have Pete's Coffee here. And there's a very popular guy who, you know, is kind of a big name on YouTube, Pete Monzingo, and super nice, you know. And he's like really tall, and all the rest of his family are actually little people, or the old term would be midgets or whatever. So they have a whole show on YouTube thing that they do. And the thing is, I started to get weirded out because Pete's Coffee was here and it was P-E-E-T-S. My sister was living in a NAMI.org house in Delaware, very temporarily. She found a boyfriend or friend who took her in, which, you know, if I had the money, I would house everyone. So, but anyway, she was living near Zingo's supermarket in Delaware when in that NAMI.org house. And I started to wonder, I'm like, are we too orchestrated according to someone else's plan? Because, you know, I don't want to be, like, you can start to not feel in control as if someone else is controlling your life. So there's a truncated radio tower, and my sister doesn't live near Zingo's any longer, and they no longer have Pete's Coffee at Capital One, which is part of the building where I live now. So I don't know what to say about that, but hopefully it's a good thing. I